Hi everybody, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com. I'd like to say Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be back in the studio recording. I have a really fun project planned for us. We're going to design a backpack. We had a request from one of the subscribers to design a city backpack that would hold a laptop. And I think that's an awesome idea. I know whenever I go into the city, I love to carry a backpack, and sometimes I like a backpack that has features that will hold my contents perfectly. So what's going to make this project really unique is I don't have any idea how many videos it's going to take to complete this magnificent bag, but we're going to record a little bit each day until it's done. And the purpose of doing that is for those of you that are subscribers and are watching essentially in real time, you'll be able to weigh in on the features that you would like to see incorporated in this bag. And then at the end of the series, we'll have a beautiful bag, and other folks will be able to come along and watch the videos consecutively and make a backpack. But hopefully throughout this process, what I'll be able to really convey is the actual design methodology and how you can take just a basket of fabric and turn that into something that really is suitable just for you or whoever you're making that for. So I have this marvelous basket of scraps. These are all left over from custom orders that I filled for Watermelon Wishes, which is my other company that I run. And as I was making these, there were these little bits of fabric. Most of them are 4 inches wide, and they were all so beautiful. And so I just started throwing them into this basket and kind of promised myself that I would find a project soon to use these for. You see behind me up there is a loft here, and it's a pretty big space. That is full of fabric. So it was a little bit of a promise I made myself that this basket of fabric would not end up there, and we would actually use it. So for many of you, I'm sure you're familiar with a rotary cutter and a ruler and then a cutting mat. For those of you that aren't, this really is the best way to do a patchwork project, which this bag is going to have patchwork styling. It would be so tedious to cut this fabric with scissors. So if there's any way possible before you begin this project, go ahead and invest in a mat and a ruler and a rotary cutter. And I buy my supplies at Joann Fabrics, these tools, and then I just use a coupon. So it might take you a couple weeks if you have to collect the coupons, but this really is, if you're going to sew, make a commitment to sewing, you're going to want to get the mat and the ruler and the blade. So I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see these gorgeous fabrics. So I have several here. Whenever I'm designing a patchwork bag, I just really go with my gut. I just let intuition take over, and if I feel any kind of connection at all to the fabric, then it's in. If I really don't like the fabric, then it's out, and it's that simple. So when you're working with a rotary cutter and a mat, you use the grids, the little lines here, which are 1 inch apart, and line up, get at least one straight edge, and then you use your ruler, and I'm cutting all of these pieces 4 by 4, so I'm going to have a big stack of 4-inch squares. So I have one side lined up here, and then my ruler on the right hand side is going to be 4 inches over, and this rotary cutter that I have, you just squeeze the handle and then that extends the blade. And there is a red button there if you want to lock it in the down position. I usually don't do that. I just squeeze it when I'm cutting. And then that way, when I let go, it releases and there's less chance that I'm going to get cut. Just a warning, this blade is fairly dull, so I'm very little chance that I'll cut myself. But when these blades are brand new, even the slightest nick, you'll get cut. So if you do buy a brand new rotary cutter, please be very careful until you can get that dulled down a little bit. So I have my first square here that's going to go into this project, and let's see, some of these might not be 4 inches, so I'll have to set them aside. It's a pretty Amy Butler fabric, but it's not big enough. I love this one. This is Raindrops. Isn't that beautiful? And another little trick here, like this fabric is doubled up so you can get 2 squares at the same time. So I got my straight edge there and a straight edge there. And the more you practice cutting the squares, the easier it will be, and before you know it, you'll just be whipping through these in no time. And you can cut a big stack fairly quickly. This is a fun print too. This is part of a metallic collection that Michael Miller Fabrics put out in 2016, and it was so popular. There's some great feathers I'm going to show you that go with this. I think the name of the collection is called Plucked. Here they are. Aren't these marvelous? And there's a little bit of gold metallic shimmer there. I would say that was one of the most popular fabrics for my customers in 2016. This is the navy blue version of that. But it's not wide enough. I'm hoping I can find another piece in there. Yep, this one looks like, so we can incorporate some of that as well. Classic, I feel like Amy Butler print here. Sunspots in Tangerine, I think this one is called. Here's some pretty ones we'll be able to cut out. These are all art gallery fabrics, and they are really introducing some absolutely stunning fabrics. They're really truly works of art. In fact, I have an absolutely gorgeous knit fabric coming that I'm going to learn how to sew clothes this year. That is my resolution. Yeah. So I don't know that I want to sew them and sell them, but I definitely want to sew them and wear them. So when that knit fabric, it's produced by Art Gallery Prints, but it's by the designer Barry J. You can check out her website. Oh my goodness, is she talented. But when that fabric arrives, I will definitely share some pictures with you. If you don't already, follow me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Sewspire. And I do post there on a regular basis. That's also a great way for you to message me if you need to. So I'm getting a nice stack here of fabrics, and They are all playing together really pretty. And I'm just going to keep cutting these prints, and then I'm guessing that I'm going to need somewhere around 60 of these squares, but I will definitely update you tomorrow when we continue the project. And in the meantime, I hope you'll start digging through your stash and gathering and cutting your squares. Until then, please know, the creative genius in me salutes the creative genius in you. Have a great day, guys.